Creating ISO 9. Let's start by taking a look at ISO 9. And you'll notice it looks like it might have been carved from a block. Looking at this, I see a diagonal here. So I know how to remove a portion from the diagonal. And I see a diagonal here, but this is a special case diagonal. And I'm going to use a tool called Chamfer to chip away this corner. So let's get started. And we'll create ISO 9. And I'm going to start by creating that back part of the rectangle. So I'm going to create a sketch on the front face. And my sketch is going to be a rectangle. And I'm just going to click and drag. Okay, clicking again, I'm going to make it the total width of the object, which is 2. And I'm going to make the height, the total height of the object, which is 1.5. Okay, at this point, I can extrude this out a 1/2 inch. Okay, and now I have the back rectangle. So let's zoom in a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the chamfer tool. Using the chamfer tool will allow us to create a diagonal and cut off everything between the corner and the diagonal. So the chamfer tool works kind of like the fillet tool that we visited before. Okay, so our chamfer tool, we're going to say that we want to chamfer from this edge. If you choose equal distance, it's going to make it an equal distance on both edges. We have 2 different distances, and we're going to chamfer across. Looking at our diagram, we're going to chamfer this from this corner inward and from this corner downward. So let's take a look at our diagram. Okay, so here I can tell that I'm chamfering in a 1/2 inch and I'm chamfering down 3/4 inch. So I'm going to say my first distance is a 1/2 inch and my second distance is 3/4 inch. And I'll click on OK. So now I've taken care of the back part of this shape. Now we're going to worry about the front part. To do that, I'm going to create a rectangle and I'm going to extrude that out a 1/2 inch. So again, I'm going to create a sketch on the front face and I'd like to create a rectangle from here over. And I know that my height is going to be 1.5 and here my width is going to be 1.25. Oops, so escape, we'll use the dimensioning tool, and we're going to say that this needs to be 1.25. Okay, so here's my rectangle. Let's extrude that rectangle out a 1/2 inch. Okay, and the last thing we need to do is create a diagonal and strip away this part. Now we could use the chamfer tool, or we could use the diagonal tool and remove. So let's try the chamfer tool here. Okay, this is, let's see if it'll let us grab it. I don't think it's going to let us grab this. Let's try it again. Okay, and I'm going to say from here, I want it to go 0.75 from this corner, 0.75. And the second one, I want to go the entire height, so 1.5. Okay, and that is one method that I can use to remove this piece. The other method is I could create a triangle on that. After I extrude out the rectangle, I could create a triangle and remove the part of the triangle. But here you go. Here is ISO 9.